Desmond, pressured by Duke Edgar's threats, reluctantly agreed to Alessandra's marriage. Kate, humiliated, watched her ambitions crumble. Edgar arrived with Alessandra, publicly shaming Kate and subtly threatening her over a deceased kitten, exposing Desmond's past trauma. Katrina's attempt to intervene was met with Edgar's decree. Alessandra was his fiancée, and he'd eliminate anyone who upset her. What leverage does Edgar hold, and what secrets does Alessandra possess? How far will Kate go now, facing Edgar's menacing protection?
Edgar glared at Kate. He had a feeling out of the three, Kate was the one harming Alessandra the most. He had one thing in common with Alessandra so far, a dislike for Kate. Kate fidgeted in her seat as she picked up on the warning Edgar was sending her. She clenched her fists out of anger under the table, to the point her nails were painfully digging into her skin, but she didn't feel anything. Edgar placed his hand on Alessandra's shoulder for her to start speaking up. "I have not eaten yet. Please, set the table for me, Mother," Alessandra said to Katrina. Katrina scoffed, disgusted by Alessandra calling her mother and ordering her to set the table for her. She's finally showing how crazy she is. Katrina bit her tongue to refrain from arguing with Alessandra. The Duke was standing behind Alessandra defensively, like an animal waiting to attack anyone who offended its master. Katrina had many things to say to Alessandra, but she would wait for when the Duke left. "Katrina, do it now." Desmond felt like he was the only one seeing the gravity of the situation they were in. The Duke, for some reason, was smitten by Alessandra, which meant they could not trouble his daughter or Edgar might truly kill them. Desmond knew the true face of Edgar Collins, unlike his wife and daughter. The man was merely toying with them right now, but once he got bored, his true personality would show up. "Thanks to the punishment, I have not eaten since yesterday morning. You have to hurry before the food becomes cold, Mother." Alessandra made sure to add emphasis to the word mother to get under Katrina's skin. She planned to make this house uncomfortable for the three of them, just as it was for her. "I will be back." Katrina suddenly didn't mind leaving, since she needed to grab hold of something to break. "Why aren't there maids stationed in the dining room to fetch whatever you need?" asked Edgar. He knew the Baron was running low on funds, but he did not know it was this bad. Why did the idiot just throw a party when he could have used that money to hire more workers or to invest in something? Desmond's forehead continued to sweat as he felt embarrassed. "If you had given me a notice you would be arriving, I would have placed the maids in here to serve you and Alessandra well." "You're saying I should have given you a heads up so you could place an illusion as if you have many workers?" Edgar saw right through Desmond's bullshit. Alessandra smiled, enjoying her father being called out and the sight of him unable to talk back to the Duke. She realized now that her father could only pick on those he viewed as beneath him. Alessandra finally saw how pathetic he truly was. While Alessandra was enjoying her father breaking down, the sight of her smiling angered Kate even more. "Are you enjoying this, Alessandra? This is ridiculous," Kate scoffed. "Don't think this will last long." "You should work on getting over your jealousy, Kate. Green is not a good look for you," Alessandra replied. Edgar snickered due to the fact Kate was wearing a green dress, so Alessandra's words had a double meaning. He wanted to applaud her for slowly coming out of her shell. "You!" Kate smacked the table and abruptly stood up. "Do you think his interest in you will last long after he sees what is under that mask? Edgar, before you confirm this marriage, shouldn't you take a look at her face? Aren't you curious about what she's hiding? She's truly repulsive once you see it. Shall we show him, Alessandra? Alessandra could not respond to Kate's words. She could not show Edgar her face yet, as she was not that confident. There is no need for me to do that, Edgar answered in place of Alessandra. I have seen her face without the mask before. How dare you stand here and lie about her face to me? Alessandra's eyes went wide upon hearing his confession. She could not place where the Duke would have ever been able to see her face without the mask. She only took it off in her bedroom. Unless he saw her when she was younger, before the accident happened, and she chose to wear a mask. I'm lying about her face? Kate said the words slowly to make sense of them. How on earth could she be lying about how disgusting Alessandra's face was? It led her to believe Edgar had not seen Alessandra's face and was lying to her. I am not the liar here, Edgar. I will excuse you for what you said. As they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You don't seem to have a good eye, Kate. Alessandra's beauty is none of your concern, as you are not the one marrying her. I suggest you either sit back down or leave before you irritate me more than you already have. Edgar, please be kind to my sister. Kate has always liked you, so this will be hard for her to handle. Please understand, Alessandra said, adding salt to Kate's wound. I am the only sane one here. Kate stormed off, tired of trying to be the voice of reason for Edgar. I will speak with her, Desmond said, then scurried off to stop Kate. He felt the need to smack common sense into her since she wasn't using her brain. Kate, wait for me. Do not walk away from me. What do you want, Father? Kate turned around, revealing tears threatening from her eyes. Are you here to make me go back and play nice with Alessandra? That was supposed to be me. She is stealing my dream, and you were just letting it happen. All for what? A gift? You stupid girl. Do you think I wanted Alessandra to be the one to marry Edgar? I already made a deal for her to marry someone else, and now I am screwed. You have not lost Edgar yet. Desmond looked off to the side, plotting how they would make use of the situation. Kate wiped away a fallen tear, confused as to how she had not lost. He came to ask for her hand in marriage. Kate, it takes a while to plan for a wedding, and there are those moments where the person you are looking to marry can change. Edgar might start off wanting to marry Alessandra, but if you play your cards right, his attention can shift to you. You need to stop acting like a child, he scolded her. Desmond had a full view this morning of why Kate never caught Edgar's interest. She was too impulsive and childish in front of Edgar. She was acting like Edgar was just a random man off the street. When in the presence of the Duke, you must act like a refined lady. Alessandra will be your tool to get close to the Duke. Alessandra is scared of you, so be kind to her in these coming days. If she complains to the Duke about you, he will not want to be around you. Go back there and apologize for what you did to that kitten. Father! Kate exclaimed. It was one thing to play nice with Alessandra, but it was another to have to apologize when Alessandra deserved it. It was just an animal anyway. You! Desmond raised his hand in the air to slap Kate, but stopped himself. Kate, so help me, I will slap you. Do you think you'll get close to Alessandra when she is upset about the kitten? You can't get to the Duke if you don't have a good relationship with her. What matters most now? Your pride? Or letting Edgar slip out of your fingers? Edgar, obviously, Kate muttered, but it still hurt her deeply to have to apologize. My wedding better make everyone jealous of me. She finally agreed to her father's plans. Good. Desmond clapped his hands. We must go back now. Father, who is the man you had to marry Alessandra? I never heard anything about it from my mother, said Kate. Just an old friend. It'll help us settle some debts. Desmond remembered the deal offered to him. His friend had a taste for unique things, and nothing was more unique than his rumored masked daughter. I see. That is a fate more suited for Alessandra than living as the Duke's wife. Kate grinned, picturing Alessandra's face the moment she would learn she would not be the one marrying the Duke in the end. Desmond and Kate walked back into the dining room to find Katrina placing a plate of food in front of Alessandra like a maid serving her master. Alessandra did not thank Katrina for fetching the food. Instead, she picked up her fork to taste the eggs. You see, you took so long and now the egg is cold. I have never enjoyed cold eggs, Katrina. Why do you keep giving them to me? We're back. Desmond cut off Katrina before she could say the wrong thing. Alessandra, Kate has something she wishes to say to you. He pushed Kate forward. I'm sorry. The bitter words left Kate's mouth. For? In Alessandra's opinion, Kate had a lot to be sorry for. Therefore, she needed to be more specific. Hurting your kitten. You did more than hurt it. The animal died. If you're going to apologize, do it right. Edgar interjected. If this was the best apology she could come up with, she could save it. Feeling warmth against his hand, Edgar looked down to see Alessandra had touched his hand, an indication to let him know she would handle this. I am sorry for killing your kitten, Alessandra. My emotions got the best of me yesterday, and to hear that the kitten has died makes me feel really bad. I'm also sorry for the way I have acted toward you in front of Edgar. I hope you will be happy with him. Please forgive me. Kate dug her nails into her skin as the words left her mouth. Alessandra wanted to laugh in Kate's face. They really thought she was stupid to not realize they were going to play her. She knew her father and Kate better than they realized, but instead of calling them out, she wanted to have fun. Apology accepted. That's good. Desmond smiled, glad Alessandra was quick to forgive Kate. His daughter was always too kind for her own good. I was not finished, Father. Alessandra looked at her father with clear annoyance written all over her face. Since she has admitted her fault in the matter, she should take responsibility for burying the kitten. Kate is not your maid. Do not take things too far. Katrina tried to step in before Alessandra could make Kate look like a fool. Kate was a baron's daughter, not a maid, and she would be damned if she allowed Kate to dig a grave. It's fine, Mother. It shouldn't be too hard to dig a grave for the kitten. It is my fault after all. Hopefully, with this, we can mend our relationship, Alessandra. Kate held out her hand to call a truce between her and Alessandra. Alessandra merely looked at Kate's hand, not moving to accept it. She had a better idea just from looking at Kate's hand. It was clear Kate never had to lift a finger in her life. I just remembered, I heard the gardener below my window saying the shovel we have is broken. Kate retreated her hand, secretly glad the shovel was broken. Too bad. We'll have to wait for a new one to arrive. Not really. The hole wouldn't need to be too big. I remember Katrina making me tend to the garden with nothing but my hands as a punishment. It shouldn't be too hard for you, said Alisandra. Kate scoffed, disgusted by what Alessandra was suggesting. I hope you are not expecting me to dig out a hole with my hands, Alessandra.
That is what I'm expecting, Alessandra stated the obvious. It was never an issue when Katrina made her do it, and Kate would stand right beside her mother, laughing. It has to be quick before the kitten starts to smell, and I want to give it a proper send-off quickly. I'm sure it won't be too hard for Kate, said Desmond. It was so minor in his eyes compared to what they were looking to achieve. If Alessandra had asked him to do it, he would have done it in a heartbeat. That's easy for you to say when you aren't the one doing it. Kate glared at her father. Kate put on her best smile to push through Alessandra's punishment. I shall get to it right away. She would have to sacrifice one of her pairs of gloves to do the job since she was not going to let her bare hand touch the soil. Kate also had a way to get back at Alessandra for making her do this lowly job. Katrina watched in horror as Kate walked away to dig a hole with her hands. Her daughter must have lost her mind at the same time her husband did. Kate, she called, chasing after Kate to stop her from embarrassing herself. Alfred, the final gift, please, Edgar said, now that the drama was partially over with. He had the final piece to confirm his engagement to Alessandra. Yes, young master. Alfred showed a small box he had with him. You are too kind, Edgar. The gift to me was already enough. Desmond rubbed his hands, patiently waiting to see what else he was going to receive. This is not for you, Edgar glared at the greedy man. This is for my future bride. He got down on one knee beside where Alisandra sat and opened the box to reveal a diamond ring. Alisandra had completely forgotten about a ring. She was taken aback by the size of it, as all the jewelry she had was small in comparison to it. Won't that be uncomfortable? She wondered. You don't like it. It's a family heirloom. Edgar snapped the box shut after seeing her reaction to the ring. There was no point in giving her something she wouldn't like. As quickly as he got down on one knee, Edgar got back up. I will find you something better by the end of the day. Well, wait, Desmond stuttered, confused as to why Alessandra didn't like such a big ring. She would probably be wearing their house on her finger. Give her a moment to think, Duke Edgar. She must be in shock at how splendid it is. Well? Edgar waited to hear it from Alessandra, but it was clear from her body language she did not like it. Alessandra thought it would be rude of her to not accept the ring he brought to her, but she couldn't imagine walking around with such a large object on her finger. She preferred to be honest with the Duke, and considering he didn't look offended, she knew he wouldn't mind. It is too large, she softly replied. There is nothing as too large, Desmond argued, annoyed by Alessandra's response. This was why he'd rather have Kate be the one to marry Edgar. Kate knew the value of material things and how much they mattered. Alessandra was nothing more than a fool. I will find something more suited for you. Edgar dismissed the Baron's comment. There was something too large if Alessandra didn't like it. He made the mistake of not finding something Alessandra would like, instead of giving her what was passed down for generations. The ring he brought was made for a woman long ago and passed down to her children. At some point, one had to consider the women being proposed to would like a ring made for them, rather than one made for someone else and passed down. When we meet again, I shall place that ring on your finger. Baron, send Alessandra with all her things to start living with me in 2 days' time. I shall have a separate bedroom for her until we are wed, and you have my word I shall not touch her.
Alessandra was surprised to hear he wanted her to come live with him in 2 days' time. She'd asked to come live with him while they were in her bedroom, only to be rejected. And now he was saying yes. She could not figure out what Edgar was thinking. What? Desmond asked in belief. It was not in the plan for Alessandra to go live with Edgar. If she did that, there was no way for Kate to be able to interact with him, as Edgar won't casually visit their home. I don't think that's a good idea. What will the people say? It's not the first time a woman has stayed with her future husband until the wedding, and it will not be the last. There is a lot to be planned, and many dinners for Alessandra to attend. I would rather have her next to me than the back and forth. It is nothing to discuss, as it is final, said Edgar. Alfred, prepare the carriage for us to leave. This house is starting to irritate me, Edgar muttered as he started to feel uncomfortable. His hate for the Baron's house did not decrease. Come see me out, he told Alessandra. Excuse me, Father, Alessandra said, stepping up from her seat to walk with the Duke. She held on to Edgar's hand, walking side by side as they followed the butler out while leaving her father in a panic. You can finally breathe now, Edgar said when they got outside, away from prying eyes. Alessandra stumbled as she stepped outside the home and would have fallen if not for Edgar holding on to her. I can't believe I just did that. Her knees had suddenly gone weak as what she did dawned on her. I enjoyed the show, Alessandra. Finally, some good entertainment in the Baron's home. I'd bet it felt really good to speak to them like that, said Edgar. Alessandra's fire had only started to burn, and he would shield her from anyone looking to put it out. He saw something in her today that no one else did. The town had no idea what was coming their way. With his help, Alessandra would become a woman to not be messed with. It did feel good. I am used to making up these kinds of scenarios in my head, and now it has finally happened. I did forget how to breathe back there, and I was so nervous I would have tripped over my words. Alessandra clutched her dress, finding the moment to be surreal. You did good. Edgar patted her head. The show was 10 times better for those watching Alessandra, and it would be even better when she becomes more confident in herself. Alessandra looked down at the floor, feeling strange to receive a compliment from Edgar and a pat on the head. It felt nice to have someone do this for her. She wanted to work harder to receive more compliments from him. Thank you, she replied. Edgar smiled, viewing Alessandra as a small kitten, something he needed to nurture and protect. Duke Edgar, Desmond said, interrupting the moment. Edgar rolled his eyes, taking his hand away from Alessandra's head. What is it, Baron? I came to see you off as you were my guest. Please, come again. Alessandra, I want to have a word with your father. Until next time. Edgar picked up her right hand and kissed the back of it. Okay, Alessandra replied, leaving to give the two men some privacy. As she passed by her father, she saw how nervous he became to speak with Edgar all alone. Do not sweat, Baron. I want to have a civil conversation with you. Come closer. Edgar motioned for him to do so. Closer, Baron. Yes. Desmond felt déjà vu at this moment, but Edgar had already gotten what he wanted, which was Alessandra. Therefore, there was no need for him to be attacked again. Edgar, wait, he exclaimed as Edgar's hand grabbed hold of his slender neck. One strand out of place. One cut on her skin, one complaint from her mouth, and I will kill you and your wife. Edgar gripped Desmond's neck tighter for the Baron to understand he wasn't playing around. Treat her well while I'm being nice to you. Understood? Desmond quickly shook his head, unable to use words thanks to the grip on his neck. Any more tighter, and Edgar just might break it. What part of this was being civil? Good. Edgar released the Baron's neck with a shove. Look at you, all disheveled. He fixed Desmond's shirt, smoothing out the ruffled parts. Desmond kept his head down, bearing with Edgar harshly patting his shoulders to smooth out his clothes. Never in his life was he so embarrassed by someone coming into his house and treating him like he was not the owner. I don't look forward to you being my father-in-law. There's so much I had to kill you for, but since you are loved by your daughter for some reason, I shall keep you alive. Do you understand what I mean, Baron? If Alessandra's love for you runs out, I shall consider killing you. I understand, Duke Edgar, said Desmond. I am handing you the opportunity to correct the mistakes you made with her. See to it that you do not ruin this for her. As much as Edgar disliked the Baron, he could tell Alessandra was longing for positive interaction from her family. And from what he witnessed today, the Baron was the one she was most likely to get it from. He was putting the task on the Baron to ask as a father in 2 days, and to shield Alessandra from the two women. Whether or not Alessandra would like her father's newfound interest in her was completely up to Alessandra. Alessandra and her father could either have a heart-to-heart moment where the Baron apologized for not properly protecting her, or Alessandra would see there was no hope for her family. Edgar, would you? Desmond trailed off when he heard footsteps walking away from him. He looked up to see Edgar walking back to his carriage without saying goodbye. I should have just hit him when he was here. That little shit, Desmond muttered. He can only act like this because of his name and the king. Does he think I'll let him get away with treating me like a fool inside of my home? Where on earth is Alessandra? Desmond went back inside to look for his oldest child. She had not told the truth about what she discussed with the Duke at his party, unless she was going to say Edgar fell in love with her at first sight. What bullshit, Desmond cursed. Alessandra wore a mask covering half of her face. She had ruined her beauty a long time ago. There were countless beautiful young women like Kate for Edgar to fall in love with. Alessandra! Desmond yelled after finding the dining room to be empty. Katrina had brought the plate of breakfast for nothing, as it was still on the table untouched. Alessandra! His voice thundered through the home. Yes, Father? Alessandra came from the direction of the kitchen. She was going to let Mario give her warm food until she heard her name being called. Now that Edgar was gone, everything would go back to normal. Care to explain to me how this union between you and Edgar came about? Do not talk about love at first sight. Am I not beautiful enough for Edgar to fall in love with me at first sight, Father? Remember when I was younger, you would parade me around and show everyone how beautiful I was. Alessandra smiled, remembering the faint memory. That was before... Before this? Alessandra touched her mask. It was. What a long time it has been. Everything changed after that. You cannot blame me for what happened, said Desmond. I blame you for not taking control of what happened afterward, Father. And yes, I blamed you for what caused it. The Duke did not fall in love with me at first sight, Father. Such a thing would never happen. Alessandra truly believed her words. She was many things, but not a fool. Then what was said between the two of you? Tell me everything from the beginning. Desmond's curiosity had become unbearable. He had to know what Alessandra did that Kate could not after all these years. I already told you what was said, Father. I do not know why the Duke picked me instead of Kate. I'm sorry the daughter you wanted with him was not chosen. Is that all, Father? Is there nothing more you have to say to me? She was waiting for him to truly state what he planned to do about her engagement. Alessandra already knew he would do everything in his power to somehow get Kate to take her spot. To her surprise, he said something completely different. All eyes will be on you, Alessandra. Do your best. What are you going to eat now? Desmond was doing just as the Duke instructed him to. Although he was angry with Alessandra about a few things, now was not the time to grill her when Edgar was so adamant about killing him. Alessandra was unable to respond for the first couple of seconds. She did not get the reaction she was expecting. Therefore, she did not know how to react. She wondered if the Duke said something to her father to make him act like this. "I am going to the kitchen for warm food." "I see. Forgive Kate and Katrina for the things they have done. You have to understand their point of view. When you are done, go back to your..." Desmond had to quickly stop himself. He was making the mistake of sending Alessandra back into her bedroom to be out of sight. Do whatever you want." Understand their point of view? Alessandra wanted to laugh in his face for saying such a ridiculous thing. Why did she have to be the one to understand everyone's actions towards her and have to forgive them? Why couldn't everyone else admit their faults instead? To see her father have no shame in saying these things was disgusting. Her father was only trying to play nice to avoid Edgar's wrath. I picked a good man, she thought, as Edgar was doing a good job in shielding her so far. Edgar handed her the opportunity of 2 days where her family had to play nice to her. They could do nothing in those 2 days, for when the Duke arrived to collect her, should there be anything out of place, he would take his anger out on them. Alessandra accepted the illusion of having a family who got along with her for 2 days. She wanted to see what life would have been had she not been outcasted for most of her life. Even if it was all fake, she would enjoy it to the fullest. "Thank you," she replied to her father. It would be fun to mess with them while they could do nothing but hold in their anger and smile. A perfect ending to their ill-fated relationship. After these 2 days, she would completely cut ties with her family, ending on a fake good note rather than arguing. "Excuse me, I'm going to find Kate and Katrina." Alessandra watched in amusement as her father turned his back on her to go plot with Kate and Katrina. Edgar was right to not let her come stay with him so easily. There was so much fun for her to have here. Kate, you must be out of your goddamn mind if you are thinking of digging a hole. She has no right to order you around. Get up. Katrina bent down to pull Kate up from the ground where Kate was squatting. Mother, we only have to play nice for now. Father is going to find a way to make me be the one to marry the Duke. Kate shook off her mother's hands and continued to dig. She yelled, falling to the side when an earthworm popped out of the dirt. That is why I said to get up, Kate. Katrina stepped back as she, too, was afraid of the tiny creature. This is ridiculous. This is so gross. This better all be worth it in the end. I am not letting her take what's mine. Kate used a stick to fling the worm from in front of her. Father already has someone he's going to marry Alisandra off to, so she can't marry Edgar. Really? He never mentioned anything to me, said Katrina. You wouldn't have kept your mouth shut if I did. Kate, Alessandra is going to the kitchen. Get someone else to do it. Desmond didn't like seeing his daughter looking like a servant. You there, Kate called out to a passing maid. She was more than happy to make someone else do the dirty work. Finish digging this hole with your hands right away. Did Edgar leave, or is he in the kitchen with Alessandra? I want to have a word with that girl. You can't, Katrina. The Duke made it quite clear if we mess with her in the 2 days she's here, he will kill both of us. I wouldn't take his words lightly. Desmond coughed, still feeling Edgar's grip around his neck. Play nice with her. Katrina couldn't believe Edgar threatened to kill her. She placed her hand on her forehead as she almost stumbled backward from the shock. Wasn't it enough that Alessandra stole Edgar from Kate? She must have placed a spell on that man. Is she really cursed? I told you we should have thrown her out long ago, but no one ever listens to me. What do we have to do now, Father? Edgar seems to be wrapped around her finger if he threatened you. Alessandra must have cursed him. Kate was starting to believe that more than anything else. Desmond didn't believe it like his wife and daughter, but he couldn't understand what was happening. He was starting to question if the Duke really did fall in love with Alessandra at first sight. I can't allow Alessandra to go live with the Duke on her own in 2 days. She's going to live with him? In his big mansion? Kate exclaimed, taken aback by this news. Father! She whined, stomping her right foot repeatedly. It wasn't fair Alessandra would get the luxury of living with Edgar. I'm going to send you there with her as an escort. That is the only way I will allow Alessandra to go with him, and it's the only way for you to get close to the Duke. This is your last chance, Kate. If you mess this up, there is nothing else I can do for you. You must seduce Edgar while you're there. It would be better if I became pregnant with his child. He would have no choice but to take me instead of Alessandra. We all know the Duke isn't going to sleep with her, and he's still a man. He needs someone to lay with, Kate suggested. She didn't mind sleeping with a man like the Duke when she wasn't wed. Kate! Katrina wasn't so sure of this. It was best for Kate to keep her virtue. I agree with Kate, Desmond said, ignoring the fact that Kate would be sleeping with someone when she wasn't married. He found the whole virtue thing to be ridiculous now. She just needs one try to get pregnant. We wouldn't have to worry about her virtue as she'll end up with the Duke. As much as Katrina wanted Kate to be with Edgar, she preferred to continue with the principles she raised Kate with, to only sleep with a man she was married to, or else she would be ruined. Are you sure you can do this, Kate? Of course, Mother. His only other option would be Alessandra. Do you really want her to become the Duchess instead of me? I will seduce the Duke and have his child. It would help if his mother would come around. She likes me. Kate recalled her run-in with the woman. Due to chasing around behind Edgar, Kate had met his mother once before, and after a short conversation, his mother was rooting for her. I should start picking out my finest dresses now. Excuse me, Mother, Father. Kate, you have to finish burying the kitten. Don't do anything stupid these 2 days. Desmond was worried for his life and didn't trust Kate to understand the gravity of the situation. Do this first. Let Alessandra know you are done, and then start packing. Yes, Father, I will get the kitten. Kate was so excited to go live with the Duke that she had forgotten her plan to get revenge on Alessandra for making her dig a hole with her bare hands. Kate hurried off to go to Alessandra's room before she would return to her bedroom. The dead kitten wasn't the only thing she was looking to get. There was something else valuable in Alessandra's room that deserved to be buried. Do you really think I would let her get away with stealing what belongs to me? Kate opened the door of what she liked to call the vilest room in the home. It belonged to someone who should never have existed. Oh, that stench is horrible. She covered her nose as the faint scent of something horrible filled her nose. It wasn't hard to guess where the dead animal was. Her room is disgusting. Where the hell is it? Kate opened Alessandra's closet, looking for what she truly came for. Her eyes lit up as she found what she was searching for right away. Why are you holding onto the dress of a woman who ran away and left you here, Alessandra? Kate took out Alessandra's mother's wedding dress from her closet. It was no doubt a beautiful dress, but something like this was not suited for someone as gloomy as Alessandra. Kate was doing her a favor by getting rid of it. It would have been perfect to show Alessandra the dress getting buried, but she was meant to play nice. This took away a piece of the fun, but it still felt good. Kate quickly closed back the closet as she had found it and grabbed the box with the dead kitten. The stench no longer bothered her now that she was going to get her revenge. Kate wrapped the wedding dress around the box as she hurried back outside. Reaching the door leading outside, she peeked outside to make sure her parents weren't still standing where the hole was being dug. They're gone, she smiled. She was glad they had left, or her father would have stopped her from doing this. Kate approached the maid, who was still digging out the hole with her hands, to drop the dress and box into it. Cover that up as fast as you can. But, my lady, this is... What gives you the right to question me? Do as I say, or I shall have you fired. If anyone asks who went to get this box, I shall tell them you did. And what will you say? Kate stepped on the maid's hand, awaiting the obvious answer. I was the one who got it, the maid sobbed. Wonderful. You people do have common sense after all. Now, hurry. Kate stood with her arms folded, excited to see the dress be buried. Mario. Alessandra called as she entered the quiet kitchen. Now that breakfast was practically over, there was hardly anyone in the kitchen until it was time to wash the dishes used. Alessandra? This is new. You've never come to me at this time of day, and last I heard you were being punished. Did everyone else leave? Mario asked, surprised to see her casually walking around. Today is a special day for a change, as I got engaged to the Duke. Alessandra couldn't wait to share the special news with Mario. You should have been there to witness everyone's facial expressions. I can imagine. I am shocked, though I kind of expected it. Wait a minute. Mario looked around for a chair to make Alessandra comfortable enough to tell him what happened. If only he could have been a fly on the wall to see Kate's face out of everyone's. There we go. I love that you are extra kind when there is gossip about my family involved. Alessandra sat down on the chair he found. I don't know why you still refer to them as your family. The Duke will be your family now. Screw these heartless people, Mario said as he took his own seat. If he was in Alessandra's position, he would have let the Duke just kill them. I am not married to Edgar yet, and at the end of the day, they are still my family, even if I don't like them. I'm going to be here with them for 2 more days, and then I'll be going to live with the Duke. What? Mario's eyes went wide. He wasn't expecting Alessandra to be leaving so soon. See, this is why I don't like Edgar. He is stealing away the only Barrett I like. I told you to come with me. I can ask him to pay off your debt. Both of us should leave this place, said Alessandra. Mario was her only friend here, so it was only right that she helped him leave this place with her. Mario shook his head, turning down the offer once again. I'm going to work off my debt myself. You just need to worry about yourself and enjoy your new luxury life. Now tell me, how did they react? Kate looked so distraught. She whined like a little child and stormed off, but then came back to apologize. I didn't forgive her so easily. Right now, she is supposed to dig a hole with her bare hands.
We both know Kate probably has someone digging that hole for her since you are here with me. But I like what you're doing. Make sure you mess with her mother, too.
Mario hated Katrina more than anything in this world. I have a couple of things in mind, but first, breakfast, please? I ordered Katrina to bring me food, but it was...
That was for you? She dropped those eggs on the floor and then put them back on the plate. Please tell me you didn't eat any of it because these floors are not clean.
Mario wanted to throw up just from thinking about it. Alessandra had a clear flashback of her tasting the eggs. I did eat a tiny bite of it. As bad as that was, it is not the first time she has ever done something to my food. I remember she sent me a plate of nothing but leftovers from their plates to eat. I've experienced every kind of torture here. Mario sat up to cook something for Alessandra.
This is why you must never fall for their tricks and be kind to them. Make their lives hell, or I shall never speak to you ever again. Torture the hell out of Kate and Katrina.
I plan to, but...
No buts, Alessandra.
Mario stopped her right in her tracks. She was always too kind for her own good. Mario, the person I have the biggest issue with is neither Kate nor Katrina. It is with my father. He's the one who should have protected me from his second wife and everyone else who looks at me with disgust because of rumors. He never did anything to help me. Alessandra could not get over her father, looking her in the eye without any shame and saying it was not possible for Edgar to fall in love with her at first sight. How could anyone love her when her father didn't? I have waited so long for my father to come to comfort me, and not once has he ever come to me. It was always Katrina or Kate with a smile on their face before they made my life hell. My father only cares about his money and reputation. I will take what he loves so that he knows what it means to have nothing, Alessandra stated.
I feel the need to hug you, Alessandra. But you are now an engaged woman. You are all grown up now, destroying people and shit.
Mario understood why her main issue was with her father. Had the Baron put his foot down, his wife and daughter wouldn't have the opportunity to mess with Alessandra. It's still going to be fun to make Katrina and Kate lose their minds. Alessandra had a lot planned for them already. Everything they did to her would be handed back to them.
This house will finally be interesting. The food is going to take a minute. Are you going to wait here or go somewhere else? You are practically the lady of the house, with the Duke as your knight in shining armor.
The words felt strange to Mario when he said them out loud. I will get a book to read. As much as I enjoy being able to walk around freely, this house is honestly draining, and there's nothing to do. I'll be back. Alessandra sat up to get a book from her bedroom. She also wanted to check on what Kate had done so far. Speak of the devil and he shall appear, Alessandra muttered as she had not made it far away from the kitchen before running into Kate. Kate, are you done already? Obviously, look at my hands. Kate showed the dirty gloves she wore when she had started to dig. We should be even with this. Kate, I can hardly count how many things you have done to me for us to be even. This is a start for you to make amends with me. Do not think I have forgiven you just because you dug a hole, Alessandra said. Why? I'm trying to be nice to you, Alessandra. We are sisters, and it's about time you start acting like it. You're about to be a married woman. Stop acting like a child. I know you, Kate. I know the real you. And I won't fall for this illusion you and Father are creating, like you're trying to be nice to me. Save your breath and energy. Alessandra saw right through Kate the moment she apologized. I do not know what you're talking about. Why don't you go outside and see where your little dead animal is buried? It was more fun than I expected. Kate grinned, tempted to tell Alessandra what she had done. Excuse me, I have to go back to my room to clean up. You should really clean your bedroom, Alessandra. It stinks. Alessandra grabbed Kate's arm, preventing her from leaving. What did you do, Kate? Do not touch me, Alessandra. I am being nice right now. Kate shoved Alessandra's hand away. If you knew me well, you would know not to play with me. As I said, I am going to my room to get cleaned up. Are you going to stand here or check on my hard work? You. Alessandra clenched her fists, tempted to slap Kate, but held herself back. She did not want to resort to violence like Kate always did. Instead, she left to go outside to see what Kate had done. Her father was stupid to think Kate could play nice with anyone. Kate had no idea what it meant to be nice. Alessandra prayed Kate had not disrespected the kitten further after she had already killed it. Coming across the hallway leading down to her room or to go outside, Alessandra found her door ajar, meaning someone had been in it. She made the decision to check on her bedroom first. Alessandra cautiously walked up to the door and slowly pushed it all the way open, but found nothing out of place at first glance. The box with the kitten was gone, which meant Kate took it. Alessandra knew there had to be either something wrong with her bedroom or where the kitten was buried, based on how happy Kate was. Alessandra continued to look around her bedroom, still finding it to be as she left it. Her canvases were as she left them. Her bed still looked made up, her books were neat, and the only scent in the room was due to the kitten. Did she rip up my clothes again? Alessandra went up to the closet and opened it to see if Kate had destroyed her clothes again. No. She instantly knew what was missing as soon as she opened the closet doors. Her mother's dress was front and center in her closet after she had been thinking of getting married recently. It was one of the few things she had that had belonged to her mother. Alessandra did not know whether to laugh or cry about the situation, but one thing for sure, she regretted not slapping Kate when they were face to face. Alessandra felt the need to break something to release the anger she felt. But instead of doing so, she decided to take that anger out on Kate. Alessandra dragged her feet to her window, where the barn was in perfect view. If she mentions a word of this to Father, then I'm screwed. Kate only now realized the gravity of her actions, as she was alone in her bathroom, sitting in a tub of water. Her father made it quite clear they had to be nice to Alessandra, but how could she simply allow Alessandra to boss her around? What's the point in being nice to Alessandra when he's going to make Edgar take me along in 2 days? Kate sighed, resting her head against the edge of the tub. They're going to gas up her head. We should make her remember her place. Kate didn't like how her family allowed Alessandra to walk around the home freely. She was meant to be hidden away in her room, or, better yet, in a cell. Alessandra had become the hideous daughter no one wanted to see, and it was meant to stay that way. All eyes were meant to be on Kate. Kate held out her fingers, looking at the 3 broken nails, thanks to her starting the hole Alessandra wanted. Her parents never asked her to do chores or do anything a servant should, but Alessandra ordered her to, and now her beautiful nails were ruined. I will not be kind to Alessandra. Kate made up her mind. She couldn't do that even if she tried her hardest. She hated Alessandra to the moon and back. I'm going to make her regret having Edgar propose to her. I should make a cell and throw her in it to never see the light of day.
You cannot go in there.
Kate glanced at her bathroom door, confused by the sudden ruckus. Her personal maid knew not to interrupt or let anyone in while she was bathing. Suddenly, the bathroom door swung open, but Kate had not seen the person yet. Have you lost your mind? Alessandra? Kate sat up when Alessandra stepped into her view with a bucket in her hand. What is that awful smell? Kate covered her nose as an awful smell filled her bathroom. It was much worse than the dead kitten. Kate, go and dig up my mother's dress right now, said Alessandra through gritted teeth. She was only giving Kate one chance to do the right thing. Are you crazy? Why would I dig up something covered in mud? Get the hell out of my room. Are you not aware of how much you stink? Kate couldn't bear the smell that followed Alessandra. Why the hell does it smell so familiar? You are full of shit, Kate. Alessandra threw the contents in the bucket she carried towards Kate in the tub. Kate's eyes were wide open as a brown substance flew towards her face and the surrounding area in the tub. What is... Kate trailed off as she saw something floating in the tub, changing the water from crystal clear to brown. If possible, Kate's eyes opened wider as she realized what Alessandra had thrown at her. She should have guessed the smell was none other than horseshit, but it had not registered in her mind earlier. Kate tried to scramble out of the tub to get away from the shit floating around, even though her head was already covered in it. Unfortunately, as she stepped out of the tub, Kate slipped on shit and spilled water, falling to the floor in more of the horse shit which had not made its way into the tub. No. Kate started to freak out even more as her leg was now covered in shit. She almost hurled, disgusted by the sight and smell of it. It suits your personality, Kate. Did you honestly think I would let you get away with ruining my mother's dress? You have to be the crazy one, Alessandra said, walking to the sink to turn on the water while Kate began to have a breakdown. Alessandra placed the bucket in the sink to let it fill up halfway while she swirled it around to mix up the remaining pieces of shit with the fresh water. Get this off of me! Kate cried as she grabbed a cloth to start wiping it off. She was naked on the cold floor with no one to help her. She quickly rubbed off the shit from her face, hands, and her hair, but the scent was something she could not easily get rid of. It felt like she had it in her mouth, and each time she swallowed, she could taste it. I'm going to kill you for this. Kate screamed when Alessandra threw the second batch on her. As it was more water now, some of it made its way into Kate's mouth as it was open while she was talking. It was the final straw for Kate, making her throw up right on the floor. If you step 1 foot into the room, I will throw more on her. Alessandra glared at Kate's maid, Sally, who was trying to sneak her way in to help Kate. You deserve every moment of this, Kate. You are disgusting and full of shit. I was wrong when I said my issue was just with my father. I was being too kind to Kate, Alessandra said to herself. She was glad to have realized her mistake early on. Alessandra didn't want to just mess with Kate for these 2 days. She wanted to ruin her life. I will make sure we are even, Kate. I will repay what you started to do to my face. I will make it
so that you will have no choice but to wear a mask, and I will steal your happiness from you. Do you think I'm afraid of you?
Kate wiped away traces of vomit from her mouth.
Do you think you scare me? No, but you have always been jealous of me, Kate. You can never handle attention not being on you, and this dangerous jealousy started when we were younger.
Alessandra stooped down to Kate's level.
You should have been angry at our father for always having a favorite. A perfect daughter he could always use.
Kate scoffed, offended by Alessandra's words. There was nothing to be jealous of when it came to Alessandra.
Why would I be jealous of you? I am beautiful, smart, wanted by all men. You try so hard to forget the past, Kate. A time when you were in my shadow as Father paraded me around. We could have been good sisters had you not fed into your jealousy. I tried so many times to forgive you, as you were merely wishing to have Father's attention on you, but you are beyond forgiving. Do not look down on me.
Kate lunged forward to pull the mask Alessandra wore from her face. It was easy for Alessandra to talk when her face was hidden. Alessandra almost stumbled forward due to the mask being roughly pulled away from her face. As Alessandra looked up to get the mask back from Kate's hands, Kate chuckled, seeing the scars were still evident.
You are still hideous,
Kate said in triumph. Alessandra had no place to talk about anyone being jealous of her when her face was horrible.
I would hide my face from the world if I were you too.
Kate flinched, moving the mask further away when she thought Alessandra was trying to reach for it. But to her surprise, Alessandra pushed her. Thanks to how Kate was sitting, Alessandra was able to push Kate backward with only one hand, and then grab both of Kate's hands to pin her down against the wet floor. The back of Kate's body would be covered in what was left on the floor. Kate struggled to get out of Alessandra's grasp and used her feet to try to kick Alessandra off of her, but it did not work.
Get off of me! Sally, help me right now!
Kate yelled to the maid.
One day, your face will share the same fate as mine, Kate. I'm going to make sure you wish you were dead, just like I once did. Always remember, your actions are responsible for the woman I shall become. Be prepared, Kate. I'm done with being too nice,
Alessandra warned her.
Fear looks good on you, Kate. I want to see it again soon.
Alessandra snatched back her mask from Kate, thanks to her being distracted. Alessandra released Kate's other hand as she was finished with what she had come for. She placed her mask back onto her face as she stood up, looking down at the pitiful state of Kate.
You should bring more maids to help her get cleaned up. She's filthy,
Alessandra told Sally, who stood by the door in shock. Sally had never once witnessed anyone bring this much shame to Kate. Kate was normally the ringleader, the one to embarrass others, but now she lay naked in shit. It was a good sight to her, and for once in her time working here, she liked Alessandra. Alessandra did what no other person could when it came to Kate.
Hello?
Alessandra waved her hand to get Sally's attention. It was evident the maid was enjoying this, but if she wanted to keep her job, she should move quickly to help Kate right now.
I am going to tell my mother and father of this.
Kate sat up, fuming with rage. Never in her life had she been so embarrassed like this. A baron's daughter was not meant to be treated like this. Not by someone like Alessandra. Not even by the king himself.
Please do. But you seem to forget one important detail. Father can do nothing while I am to wed the Duke. He'll simply say you deserved it and laugh it off while your mother bites her tongue. Do you really want to waste your breath? I've been in your position too many times, and it's better to just shut up. If Edgar calls this marriage off, then you're dead. Do you not realize that? Be careful with what you do now, Alessandra. Men change their minds so easily when a better option comes along, and then you'll be trapped with us again.
Kate could hardly wait for it to happen. She'll get rid of the confidence Alessandra was starting to have and make her timider than she was before.
I know how easy men can change their minds, Kate. I've heard of your suitors marrying your friends instead. Goodbye.
Alessandra proceeded to leave the bathroom. The stench was starting to become overbearing, and it would no longer be a good day if she spent too much time with Kate. Just in case Kate was stupid enough to retaliate again, Alessandra knew it was best to return to her room to pack up and hide everything that was valuable to her.
My lady. My lady?
Kate glared at Sally. A personal maid wasn't useful if they were only going to stand to the side while someone threw literal shit at their master.
You are fired. Send someone else to do your job right now.
She threw the dirty cloth she wiped her body with at Sally.
How many people are they going to fire?
Alessandra muttered as she exited Kate's bedroom.
The house is already empty. The cooks act as servers. The gardener acts as the coachman. And next you know, we'll have a cow thinking it also has to be a horse.
Alessandra didn't know what her father could be doing with his money for the house to be in such a state. The amount of money he spent on the party would have been enough to turn things around.
He did all of that expecting the Duke would find interest in Kate, but it did not work. Why couldn't they have taken Kate to a place the Duke frequents, instead of spending so much money?
Alessandra shook her head. They were depending on Kate's marriage to turn their situation back around, but the best person to do that was now marrying Alessandra.
Unless Kate has a flash marriage, I will be the one to save this house. But the Duke does not care for my father to give him a large sum of money.
Alessandra thought to herself.
I don't want to ask the Duke for any money either. It's best to let my father drown himself with what he created,
Alessandra whispered.
Still, Kate's marriage could save them.
Alessandra didn't know what to do as of yet. It had not been long since her engagement to Edgar.
It's better to take time to plan rather than rush things. It would be better to slowly ruin them than to get it over quickly. To ruin them quickly would not be satisfying enough for Alessandra.
Reaching the hall leading to her bedroom, Alessandra decided to go outside to check where Kate had buried the kitten and her mother's dress. It wasn't hard to find the spot, as it was the only patch of dirt piled up outside like an anthill. Alessandra stared down at the hole in which her mother's dress was buried. She was tempted to dig it up, but if she did, Kate would have won. Getting down on her knees to dig back up the hole after making Kate do it would make Kate happy.
I'm sorry, Mother.
Alessandra apologized as she made the decision to leave the dress as it was.
It is with the kitten who kept me company while you were away. This might be better than me wearing it. If you ever return and wish to have it, I shall dig it up myself and place it back into your hands. I have some of your belongings saved for when you return, so I can give them back to you. If you can't return for me, return for your belongings. When I do give them back to you, you should apologize for leaving me here with my father. You should have a good explanation for why you ran away and left your daughter here, or I shall ruin you along with my father.
Alessandra never forgave her mother for leaving her while she ran away from her marriage. Still, Alessandra sat patiently, waiting for her mother to remember the daughter she left behind and to come back for her. She wanted to hear what excuse her mother would have and how she would make up for it. "It's unfair for me to have two bad parents, Mother. I'm putting faith in you to return and ask for forgiveness. The world cannot hate me so much to put me through this. I hope that you are still alive and return quickly," said Alessandra. Alessandra would never go looking for her mother. Instead, she had a date on which she would stop caring, and should her mother ever appear before her, she would be nothing more than a stranger. Then, she would truly believe the world hated her enough to curse her with this life.
Where the hell is she?
Alessandra looked up at the sound of Katrina's angry voice.
You!
Katrina exclaimed when she caught sight of Alessandra outside. She leaned her upper body out a window to get a better view of Alessandra.
What on earth did you do to my daughter?
"I threw her personality onto her," Alessandra bluntly replied. "Do you wish for me to do the same to you, Mother?"
What will be Katrina's reaction to Alessandra's defiant confession, and how will their confrontation escalate? Will Kate discover Alessandra's visit to the kitten's burial site, and what will be the immediate fallout between them? With Alessandra determined to slowly ruin her father, and possibly her mother, what will be her first move in this elaborate plan for revenge?
Hey, I'm Alessandra. If you're wondering what happens next, download the Pocket FM app now and listen to the exciting episodes of The Duke's Masked Bride.